Hello, guys. So, I've been asked this question, why do I read as much and why am I still writing books? People, especially Namibians, are not really fond of reading. And so, am I going to make money as an author in Namibia, etc., etc.? Well, I'm on two sides of the coin with this question, but I want to handle this question from a premise of my own experience as a reader first before becoming an author. I think I've read so many books. To be honest, I can't give an exact figure. Mom had so many books in the house, mostly inspirational books, Christian books. She read books from Miles Monroe, a lot of them. She read books from C.S. Lewis. She read books from Darlene Matthey. She read books. Our home was just so rich. Joyce Meyer, a lot of it. We had books from T.D. Jakes. So our home was enriched with so many Christian books. And me being, my mom raised us in a Christian home, and so I gave my life to the Lord at a very young age. And so I was just really interested in Christian material. And although I didn't understand a lot of what I was reading because I was still so young, so I was not really that mature, but I just loved the escape. I loved having to see how words are written, and sometimes I would enjoy the font, sometimes I'll enjoy the texture of the book, and sometimes I'll enjoy the scent of the book. Because I was an introvert, I would always just escape to be alone and to grab my mom's book. Sometimes she would bring a new book, and I'll sneak in and I'll take the book while she's not aware and go into my room and just read the book, just scroll through the book, just see and smell the book, and I'll go back and put the book back on the counter. And so that's where I really fell in love with books. And the fact that I would escape, I always experienced reading as an adventure for me. Yeah, and I would just really it would paint a lot of pictures for me, and that's also how my poetry journey started. Was I would paint pictures with with my words. I would take what I'm reading, but for me, it transcended just words. I would literally have pictures in my mind. I would see colors in my mind. I would have an emotion towards what I'm reading and the picture that I'm seeing in my mind. And that's how my poetry journey started. But now, coming back to the question, yeah, society right now is really because of the social media and ebooks and all of that. But I don't think ebooks give the same effect that taking a book, holding it, and literally reading it. Because there's an element of being lazy, and also reading does help your lexicon. It does help you to see grammar. It helps you to see how words are put together, and it really just helps your whole writing journey and your conversations. It does. And so, why do I read? I read because I enjoy reading. I love people's stories. Right now, I'm reading this book by the Namibian author. Her name is Ellen Deshi Namila, The Price of Freedom. Basically, she left Namibia at the age of 12, and she lived in exile for 19 years. And it was during the time when Namibia was really going through, our history. And so she just documents everything she went through, crossing the border from Namibia to Angola, her whole mental state, what was happening back home. And really, it was not easy. And Namibia, after went into a time of moving from the apartheid government and transitioning from Southwest Africa into modern day Namibia. During that transitioning phase, it wasn't easy. It was really and I think the residue of what our people went through is still permeates, it's still present. And we can still, it's not so far away, because it's like you can still, it's so tangible, it's still in the atmosphere. There's elements of fear, there's elements of something being taken away from you, there's elements of just what if I wake up tomorrow and this is not there, kind of feeling that is there. and you see that when you interact with people. Secondly, I'm also reading another book, The History of the Yorubas. I got this from the library and I need to return it. Yes, so I'm also a member of the library. So if you love reading, make your way through to the library and apply for membership. Okay, so yeah, my husband is a Yoruba man from Nigeria, so I'm studying about him. I'm studying about his history, the history of his people, the foods, how women were taken care of, how they took care of themselves, how they took care of their elderly people, how men were, and how they just took care of the homestead and how they value the aspect of respect and to what degree, and all of this I find it's so interesting for me to read. And yeah, so I love books of all sorts. So having said that, I am busy working on another